What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dashing Kevs bringing you our week 4 of the PML Draft League. I am the coach of the Duterte Durants, and this week we face the ex-champ Paul and his PSG. I don't know what that stands for, but who gives a shit? Anyway, I do respect Paul's skills as a battler more than some of the other coaches here, since he was the champ last season. His team this season is not as good as last season, and he currently is sitting at 1-2, as we are 2-1 for the record. But despite having a quote lesser team, we still need to be careful as he is a great battler. My team consists of Mega Sableye, Azumarill, Blaziken, Gligar, Passimian, Quillfish, Dugtrio, Stunfisk, Porygon 2, and Volbeat. Paul's team consists of Mega Slowbro, Breloom, Steelix, Rotom H, Jodigon, Komala, Scolipede, Wobbuffet, Mandibuzz, Floette. Now looking at team preview, he decides not to bring Scolipede, arguably his most threatening mon against my team. I expected most of the mons he brought. Another interesting thing is he opts for Komala over Floette, which tells me he prefers a spinner over a defogger as to keep his rocks on my side of the field. The match is definitely in my favor. If I knew Scolipede wasn't coming, I could have brought T-Spikes and make the game easier. But let's hop in and see how it went. Alright, so he leads off with Dredagon as we lead off with Passimian. Now, depending on its investment, a close combat could kill. He does reveal Mold Breaker here, so that tells me that he wants to set hazards on potentially Sableye once it's Mega Evolved. He does make the smart switch to Slowbro here, taking the close combat. I should have just gone for U-turn there. That would have been the safe play, but I wanted to get a bit greedy with that. Not wanting to take a Psychic to the face, we switch out to Sableye as he does go for the Scald, which is a good play on his part. Interestingly enough, he does not Mega Evolve, so he still has the Regenerator ability to heal up to full. As we are just gonna click Recover, had he stayed in and went for another Scald, that would have returned our HP to full. We go for the Mega Evolution here, as he did switch out to Dredagon, and I already know what's coming my way. Seeing Mold Breaker, it's probably Toxic or Thunder Wave. Not Thunder Wave, Glare rather. Dredagon does get Glare. So we make the smart switch to Quillfish here, get off an Intimidate, so that will help us stay healthy. He goes for the Toxic, which we're not affected by. We go for our own Toxic and are able to land since it is accurate on Poison Mons. He goes for an Earthquake. Now we are able to take this well since we do have some defense investment and it is -1. And we are able to get some recovery from our Black Sludge. Now on this turn, or it takes a round of poison as well, we go for the Spike. So this will end up chipping his mons a little bit as he goes for rocks. So the good thing about my team is it's not necessarily weak to rocks. Yeah, I don't think I have, maybe Volbeat. Volbeat would be weak to rocks. So we are able to get some lefties. Slowly chip him away with the Toxic there. So he makes a switch going to Fajita, the Rotom, yep. And we're able to land a good read with the liquidation, able to take about a little less than 70%. Get some recovery with Black Sludge. Now this is very threatening. Rotom would be the biggest threat without Scolipede in the game. So I go to my Sableye as he makes the smart play going for Volt Switch. Chipping at our mons slowly. Goes to nap time. Now, what he may or may not know at this point is I have nothing to deal with Komala, rather. Um, The moves on Sableye was like, I believe, foul play, shadow ball recovery, and calm mind. So he could have walled us for days there, but instead he makes a U-turn play. We go for a Blaziken just to threaten the switch. So we make a switch back to our Gligar. Now this is an important part of the battle here. This is the time he decides to Mega Evolve, so he no longer has the regen ability, but he's a lot bulkier. Mega Bro. Now he goes for the Scald, so this tells me that he doesn't have Ice Beam. Or not really. I did make a switch on that turn, so he could still have Ice Beam, but I decided to go for the Toxic here. I could have gone for Rocks instead, which would chip at the Rotom and everything else, but I thought Toxic in the long run would be best to chip away on the Slowbro. So I go back to Passimian here as he was able to knock out our Gligar. We go for the U-turn expecting him to switch, but he does not switch. He is probably going to go for the slack off expecting our attack. So I bring back Sableye here. So definitely he does go for the slack off, looking to preserve Slowbro here as it is a great wall. Takes another round of poison. Now he makes a switch here into his Hita Fahita, the Rotom Heat. We're able to click recover here, get back to a healthy life. Now it can't really do much to me here, but he decides to go Defog. Now, the interaction of Defog with Magic Bounce is basically he loses the stage of evasion, but both hazards are off the field. So the the biggest point of having what do you call this spikes on the field was actually for Steelix, so that he loses the sturdy ability, as well as to chip off some HP with the other mons. I do go for the Shadow Ball here, as it's gonna do piss poor damage to Druddigon. He did tell me after the game that the Druddigon was Spidefly invested, so that made more sense. I didn't think that Sableye was that weak. So he gets some lefties recovery and a round of poison. We make the switch to Quellfish, get the Intimidate. So he sets up his rocks again here, which is fine. It's already poison, so it's already on a timer. Even with lefties, since it's badly poisoned, he's gonna drop quicker than he should. We're able to just set up another layer of spikes here as he makes the switch to Rotom, expecting that probably. But that was very risky because I could have easily gone liquidation there. But he made the smart play. That was the correct play there. So we switch out, not wanting to take a vault switch to our Sableye because we already established that we wall this. So he goes for another vault switch. So that's fine. Not wanting to defog because he probably noticed that it's a losing battle. He'll definitely lose more with Toxic from the left than he would gain from the lefties. So he brings out Breloom here as we go for our Quillfish. Get the Intimidate drop once more. So he loses a stage of attack. Now he goes for Sword Stance. Now this is very threatening at this point. None of my mons are good switch-ins to Breloom, especially if it's boosted. Not even Azu. I thought for a minute I was Sap Super, but no. I'm actually a huge power this set. So we go for the Toxic here. And he actually has the berry, so that's very smart on his part. He goes for the Bullet Seed here. We take one. We take another one. And Luckily for us, it was only 2 hits, and we do outspeed. If he did go for Mach Punch, that's definitely not gonna kill. We are able to land the Toxic. That means Brelum is on a timer as well, so it's not gonna be a threat anymore. Oh, did you see that? So what actually happened there was, if he did get 3 hits, the first time he went for Bullet Seed, Quillfish goes down, and it's gonna look a bit grim for us. So even Pasimian here, we would be able to live the, well, I guess it wouldn't really be that, because we would have lived the, what do you call this? We would outspeed for the Bullet Seed, and we live the Mach Punch. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. And maybe the Toxic as well would make him want to preserve it more if it wasn't Toxic. So he brings out Slowbro. We make a switch to Sableye knowing we already walled this thing. He goes for a slack off, so he wants to keep that thing healthy. I'm not really sure why, because it's kind of a losing battle. He's able to chip off my Sableye quite well, and in exchange, we are able to get the. Oh, okay, so never mind. He was able to recover and kill Sableye as well. But at this point, it's looking really. It was looking grim for me for a while, but I'm able to put or send out Azu on the bro, knowing this mon cannot do shit to us. So we are able to go for the belly drum, get some recovery with the berry. He goes for the psychic, so that's fine. We're still in a good HP here, and at this point, the only thing going through my mind is we just need to get a kill on what do you call that? To Judigon. So he brings out, or he makes the switch to Rotom. We KO that easily. Now, based on my calcs here, Judigon, depending on its investment, could live the Aqua Jet at this range, but he makes the switch out, which is very good for me. Now our win is actually guaranteed. So he goes for the, he makes the switch to Steelix here, and because of that spike I set earlier, it's able to negate the sturdy ability, and it goes down to 1 Aqua Jet. Bringing back the Judigon here, taking another round of spikes ensures that it is now within range of Aqua Jet, no matter how much bulk it has. But I guess looking back, when he did tell me after the game that it was SPDEF investment, the Aquajet could kill it at that range, but it was basically, at that point, I knew the game was over. There was nothing he could do to win this game at this point. He sends out Komala, we take the Aquajet, get the kill for that, goes down, and we already revealed that we have knockoff. So knockoff at +6 is definitely gonna kill Slowbro or Mega Slowbro, even at full, or it's actually a roll at full. But because we have the toxic setup, it's definitely not gonna be full. So that's gonna be GG. It's dashing. Good games with Paul the God. He did tell me after the game that what did he say? He said something about why he made the switch to Steelix, because that was, on my point of view, the most pivotal moment of the game. So the reason for that, he said, was he was expecting play rough. So had I gone for play rough, Steelix would have lived that, as well as activated the red card. So it actually had red card to switch my Azu out. But looking at his mons, there was really no reason for me to bring the red card. Because like I said, um, the Aquajet did minimum about a little less than 50, about 48, and Waterfall was 100% guaranteed to kill Jadugon. So no reason for me to bring a play rough on my part, but I guess he's not really familiar with how I like to build my team, so he must have thought I just make some smogon set, some generic set, but we don't play like that. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you learned something new or was at least entertained. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we out.